Hey, this is James Glass, and I'm here working on our tiny home, and I am finishing up the mudding in the master bathroom. So I'm applying the skim coat of joint compound. I did the scratch coats with some 45 minute tougher stuff, and then I'm using some pre-mix lightweight for the finish coats. I generally wipe things 3 to 4 times and get it all nice and smooth. And so a couple of things about finishing. So there's 5 levels of finish, and so there's companies out there like USG, United States Gypsum, National Gypsum. They have finishing ratings for drywall, and you can Google. I won't waste a lot of time in the video talking about finishes level 1, 2, and 3. But most houses have, especially production houses, spec homes, have level 4 finish, which is they'll mud the seams like this is a tapered joint, and not do anything about the paper. This happens to be green because it's a mold resistant, because this is a bathroom. It could also be white, or other companies have a purple, but it doesn't matter what the color of paper is. They don't put any mud on it. And then they come back and then you prime the drywall, and then you paint it. Well, the problem with that is the primer and paint absorb into the joint compound differently than it absorbs into the paper, and you can totally see in the finished result, even if you use a couple coats of primer and a couple coats of paint, it takes a long time you have to use a lot of material to get that line right there to go away. You can and depending upon the finish you're using, if you're using satiny finishes and flats and stuff, it looks really rough. So what you can do is come back and do a level 5 finish, which is to skim coat everything. And there's a couple ways to do it, and I'll talk about it. So this was a corner that was mudded out to about here, and what I did is I put a skim coat of watered down pre-mixed bucket mud on this, and then used a wide knife. I put it on with a 6-inch, and then I just used a wide knife and brought it all down. It's very smooth. The sanding's not going to be, I might touch it with some 320 if I hit some high spots or something, but it really doesn't need to be sanded. It's really, really nice. It's ready for primer. You can't obviously feel how smooth this is in the video, but it just is really smooth. And then when I put the primer on, everything will absorb into joint compound, and it'll look the same. And that's what's so fundamentally important. It gives you a far, far better look. The level 5 is skimming all your paper. And I didn't skim that drywall right there. I'm just going to prime it, because there's going to be a built-in shelf here, plywood. And I didn't bother skimming that, because that's going to be cabinetry. That's the sink is going to be across there. So, but yeah, if you come back, and there's 2 ways to do it. You can do it the way I did it, which is just apply with a 6-inch knife, and then come back with a wide finishing knife and just scrape it off. The other thing you can do is you can really water it down to about pancake batter consistency, and you can roll it on with a thick nap roller and then wipe it off. I just prefer wiping it on with a knife, and it leaves a really great finish. Everything is so smooth and so nice, and yeah, it's great. And then one other comment. So in this whole bathroom, it's not a real big bathroom, obviously, but I don't think I had more than a few tablespoons of sanding dust. Because if you're doing a lot of sanding, you are not doing your knife work right. So heads up on that. But yeah, that's a level 5 finish. Basically come and coat your paper, and it'll turn white when it dries. See, that still looks a little bit green. I just literally wiped that, and it looks a little translucent when you first wipe it, but then it comes back and looks significantly whiter when it dries up. So there you go, level 5 finish. Really, really sharp, really nice looking walls.